Right, guys, Gemini, back with another video, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And in this hangout today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be discussing potential opponents for The Undertaker at WrestleMania 32. Now, I've put the link on my Facebook page if anyone wants to come on board and talk about who they think The Undertaker is going to be facing at WrestleMania 32. You know, feel free to come on in, and we will get this thing done. I'm kind of waiting on some guests. You know, I know it's early in the day, you know, to be doing this kind of video. It's 9:58 here on the West Coast, but, you know, I got some other videos and stuff and some other things I want to do today, so I figured I would knock this project out. Okay, now there's been a ton of rumors going around that The Undertaker is going to face Braun Strowman at WrestleMania 32. I have a bit of an issue with this. I don't feel like Braun Strowman is the right guy to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 2. To me, Braun Strowman is just too young. And Braun Strowman is just greener than goose shit. So I don't think that Braun Strowman is the right guy for The Undertaker. Now, I noticed it says we have like 8 or 9 viewers. You guys listening to this, please feel free to click my Facebook at Vincent Flair and join the call, and we'll get this thing going. Will, I see you in the comments. If you're not busy, I know you're not feeling well. Please feel free to jump in here. Otherwise, just in the chat room, whatever you're comfortable with. I know you're not feeling well. Yeah, The Undertaker and Braun Strowman would be a terrible match. I feel like The Undertaker would have to carry it. There's just something not impressive about Braun Strowman when he gets in the ring. He's just sloppy, and he does that stupid thing where it looks like he's choking his opponent out, but it looks like 1,000% fake when Braun Strowman is in the ring. That's the problem when you have the heavily muscled wrestlers, overly muscled wrestlers like Braun Strowman. They can't do much in the ring, and that's the thing, is that The Undertaker faces Braun Strowman at WrestleMania. He's just, he just can't do much in the ring. Yeah, that's cool. We'll catch up with you later. Otherwise, just listen to the call later. Okay, another opponent that people have been throwing around possibly for The Undertaker at WrestleMania has been Kevin Owens. And I agree with that. I think if Undertaker faced Kevin Owens, it would be a great match. I think that Undertaker and Kevin Owens would just tear the house down. I think Kevin Owens has what it takes inside the ring to stand up to The Undertaker and possibly beat him. I mean, Kevin Owens is that good. He has ring savvy. You know, the guy can talk. You know, he can work in the ring. He can wrestle a half hour, 45 minutes if need be. Kevin Owens would be an excellent pick to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Another name possibly that they're throwing around for WrestleMania 32 for The Undertaker is AJ Styles. And I think that match is money. I think if you put AJ Styles and The Undertaker together, I think it's money. I think it's just, I mean, there's just something special about AJ Styles. Can't really explain it, but the charisma is pouring out of AJ Styles' a body. I mean, he's just oozing with charisma. Everything about AJ Styles is just cool. His look, his moves, his moveset, his in-ring music. And then, okay, so we got some action here in the chat room. Peter, feel free to jump on in. You might be at work. You might be busy, but I'd love to discuss this with you. We got Cena. Some people are saying John Cena is going to come back early and face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I would, oh my God, if Undertaker and John Cena had the WrestleMania match, this would be huge. And I think Cena would do the right thing. I think Cena would lose the match, but I think he would give the fans a hell of a good show. I don't think Cena would just go out there and not give a good show. You know, Undertaker and Cena, you know, both veterans of the wrestling wars for many number of years. If those two get in, everybody in AT&T Stadium that day is just going to be marking out. Buck, feel free to come on in. I'll discuss this with you if you want to talk about The Undertaker's possible opponent for WrestleMania 32. no drama here because I don't want to wind up taking this hangout down. I want to leave this up. We are watching from Cyprus. We think that AJ Styles versus Undertaker will be a great match. It'll be more than a great match. It'll be the match that sells at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. It'll be huge. Okay, so who else do you guys think could possibly wrestle the Undertaker at WrestleMania? Yeah, so we got Kevin Owens, we got AJ Styles. Some people think that John Cena is going to come back early. Let's see. Who else is the people picking up in the chat room? Let's see. I'm kind of reading your guys' comments as we go here. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't got anything new yet. Kurt Angle. If Kurt Angle came back, I don't know. I don't know what the situation with Angle is. I heard recently that Kurt Angle suffered some kind of injury in TNA is what I was reading about. So Angle might be out, but oh my God, if Angle did come back and he faced the Undertaker at WrestleMania, man, that match would totally steal the show. Kurt Angle, I believe, is in his mid-40s, but I know he can still bring it in the ring. I know Kurt Angle could still get the job done in the ring. And if you guys remember, I believe the pay-per-view was No Way Out 2006, and Angle and Undertaker just had a tremendous battle. Those guys always had good chemistry in the ring. Actually, Undertaker and Angle have wrestled in Dallas before at Fully Loaded 2000, and that was the same year that Kurt Angle was getting launched to the moon. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think about some other possible opponents for Undertaker. Hey, Buck. Welcome in, buddy. Buck? Well, we have Buck on the panel. Buck's a young man here trying to establish himself here on YouTube. I think his mic might be down. But, yeah, when we get Buck.
Can you hear me?
What's happening, Buck?
What's up, man? I just saw the link pop up. You get a bit of an echo there.
Oh, I have an echo?
I believe so, yeah.
Shoot. Well, that sucks because I'm trying to get this video uploaded and working, so that way it can do good on YouTube. Is it still there?
Here, let me check. Can you?
Yeah, of course.
I don't believe that. No, I'm not hearing it, but I think we're good anyway. Regardless, it's good to be on here, man. I mean, we've had a little bit of a scuffle for a few months now, back and forth, little jabs. But I mean, at the end of the day, I like your content. I presume you like my content. So I mean, we're good. So what's happening?
Well, I decided to do this video. I thought that I could get a lot of people interested in who the Undertaker possibly could be facing at WrestleMania. Oh, shoot. I think Buck dropped out. Yeah, Buck came in. Buck is a very controversial young man trying to get established here on YouTube, but he actually has a really good mind for wrestling. What's happening, Leon?
What's up, Gemini?
Nothing. We're just discussing hey, Buck.
Yeah, just logged me out. That'll happen, Undertaker versus whom now?
Well, we were kicking some names around. We said Kevin Owens. We said AJ Styles. We said possibly Braun Strowman. Who would you like the Undertaker face at WrestleMania 32?
I think the Undertaker should have retired after Brock, quite honestly, because my presumption leading up to the streak, what I thought was pre-obligatory to him losing, was that he was going to retire. And that's what I thought the expense and the suspense of the streak was. Not only the fact that it was this huge number that could never be topped, and when it's beaten, and it's done, and it'll never be replicated. Not only that, but I thought going into every match, Taker's career was on the line. That's what got me invested as a fan. Not just the fact that it was a legend, that got me invested too. Not just his opponent, not just the storyline, but the fact that his career was always, and that's how they made it seem in the storylines, I'm certain you know that, leading up to the matches, you'd be like, if you beat me, I'm done. And that was I always thought was pre-obligatory that he would lose, that he would retire when he lost. And when that was taken away, and then he wrestled Bray Wyatt, and I can't even remember who else he's wrestled at this point, it just took away the magic for me. So, I mean, he could wrestle a hole in the wall. I don't want to say for all I care, because it's great watching him, but the magic's gone for me. But as far as who should he wrestle, I couldn't tell you. I mean, Cena would probably be the biggest, and they'd probably put on the best match, but, that's probably the last big thing. But even then, it will be so much better with the streak,
All right, let's get welcome, Punk. NF Punk's in the building. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Gemini 888? Everybody check out Gemini on YouTube.
Thanks, man. Let's get we'll get to you here in a second, Punk. Let's get to Leon. Leon, what are your thoughts? Who would you like to see the Undertaker face at WrestleMania 32?
I would I would like him and Bray Wyatt to go at it one more time. I mean, Bray Wyatt should have gone over at WrestleMania 31, in my opinion. I wouldn't mind him and Bray going at it again.
So you want to see a rematch from 31? Let's get NF Punk's opinion. Punk, who do you want to see the Undertaker face at WrestleMania 32 since the opponent hasn't been decided yet?
Realistically, I would really want to see Sting be the guy to take him on. You know, if it is going to be the Undertaker's last match, I doubt his last match should be like someone like Braun Strowman, because to me, like he's just another big guy. You know, he has no charisma about him. He's just another follower of Bray Wyatt, and I'm kind of sick of seeing like the Wyatt family Taker feud. You know what I mean? But realistically, what would be an awesome match, in my opinion, is why not, since AJ Styles has come along, why not like push him to the fucking moon, man, and
Yes.
have him against Taker.
Let's get Buck's opinion on this. Buck, how do you feel a Braun Strowman and Undertaker match would come off? Do you think Braun Strowman would be the right guy to face the Undertaker at WrestleMania 32?
I mean, I think if Braun Strowman would be to beat The Undertaker in a high-capacity match at any pay-per-view, not even WrestleMania, not just WrestleMania, in any pay-per-view in any match, I feel it would be the equivalent to when the Great Khali beat The Undertaker back in 07, right? Yeah?
Right.
Yeah, when he first debuted, you had this big guy, the menacing look, the whole shebang. I mean, Andre the Giant 2.0 potentially, and then you look where he was in 1 or 2 years. He's sitting up there dancing with Hornswoggle. And, I mean, I think that's the extent of where Braun Strowman would end up. And I think that it would be a giant red mark, a giant blotch in The Undertaker's career, so to speak, if he were to lose to Braun Strowman, and then Braun Strowman did develop into that Great Khali-esque character. So, as far as Braun Strowman versus Taker, I mean, if it's on a SmackDown or a Raw or something, fine. But if it's at WrestleMania, no, I don't want to see it. I don't even think the WWE would do it. I hope they don't do it. You tossed Styles' name into the bucket there, right? Or somebody did.
Yes, we were throwing AJ Styles' name
And
around.
I don't mean to be long-winded here, but as it pertains to Styles, I mean, that guy. Jeez, man, like, I don't know, the indie hype, I'm not wearing the indie shades, okay? I don't have this big, rosy, colorful deal with AJ. Listen, Billy Kidman could be AJ Styles. AJ Styles didn't make his reputation. He didn't, listen, his moveset and his opponents and everything, that made that. The reputation made AJ Styles when it comes to WWE. In the indies, AJ Styles, he hits the mark. He's upper echelon. He's the indie god, so to speak. In the WWE, man, if he did not have that reputation, he would be a nobody. If you take John Cena's reputation away from him and he debuted in the WWE right now, he'd be fine. He'd end up at the top maybe in a year or two. AJ Styles, he'd be Billy Kidman 2.0.
That's an interesting point. Let me get Leon's thoughts on this. Leon, do you think AJ Styles, to Buck's point, has what it takes to wrestle The Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Not a chance. Since Undertaker debuted in 1990 at Survivor Series, he's been unbeatable at WrestleMania until WrestleMania 30. Then I think they're having him continue for a couple more years until he does indeed retire. They had to choose the right person for his retirement match. Like Punk said earlier, Sting could be a possibility, but I don't think that's going to happen despite the injury that
Sting's got a damn near broken neck, so I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
That's where I was trying to get at until you interrupted me.
Yeah, Buck muted himself. He's just shooting shit here, Leon. Let me ask you this, Leon. Sting, he got hurt at Night of Champions. Have you heard anything about Sting's health and if there's a possibility that he can wrestle one more match? Have you read or heard anything?
He did appear on Ric Flair's podcast. He's doing pretty good. He's currently at home resting for now.
Now it would make sense. I mean, Sting is going to be in Dallas anyways, for the Hall of Fame. I mean, maybe he just wrestles one quick, short match, one quick, short, safe match with The Undertaker, where they don't maybe do any big spots or go all out or really try to hurt each other. Maybe Sting can pull off a 10, 15-minute match, because if you guys remember the match with Sting and Triple H last year at WrestleMania, it was a very safe and simple match, and neither one of the wrestlers really did anything to potentially hurt one another. So maybe they can pull Sting and The Undertaker off if they're careful with their spots in the ring. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, but Jim, would you honestly want to see The Undertaker in his last match face a half their Sting, a Sting that can only go at half capacity? You know, I mean, as I said, when you got The Undertaker, he's a spectacle unto himself. He's a big, everybody wants to see him. He's a big deal. And to see The Undertaker's career progress, it's a thing of marvel, quite honestly. I mean, if you look at when he started and you compare those matches to, I mean, just his match last year, it's night and day. And his ladder match, and the ladder is far exceedingly better. So to see him end on such a low note, facing a half capacity 50-plus-year-old Sting, it really, I mean, would it be a dream match? Would it be exciting to some people? But to me, I would just see it as being, I guess, disappointing. I would much rather see him face John Cena, but sadly that's not happening because of Cena's injury. So,
let me throw another name out there. Leon, how would you like to see a rematch? I know that they've wrestled a million times, but how would you like to see one more time Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker have a go at it?
If they're going to pull that off, I wouldn't mind seeing it regardless. I mean, most of Undertaker's opponents come up every year, usually around March.
Yeah, correct.
So if Brock Lesnar does end up facing him one more time, I wouldn't mind it.
Now that we're on the subject of The Undertaker, in my opinion, I don't think that Brock Lesnar is going to win the main event at Fastlane. I know this isn't the title of the video, but who do you guys see Brock Lesnar facing at WrestleMania? Bray Wyatt?
I couldn't tell you. I personally have been out of the loop for quite some time when it comes to WBA. The reason that I still watch the product, and I'm being straight up honest with you right now, is because I report on the news and rumors, and my microphone's currently in repair, so I can't do that. So I've been really out of the loop. It's really, honestly, as a fan right now for the WWE and wrestling in general, it's really hard to stay invested when there's such a lack of character, when the announcers all as dull and complacent as they are, and when the wrestlers are cookie cutter who's who types. It's really hard to be invested, with the exception of Taker, Lesnar, and a few others, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to just nearly the whole card, it's really hard to be invested. But, I mean, pertaining to the Undertaker, pertaining to Brock Lesnar and who he could or should face, I couldn't really tell you. They've done all the big matches, unless they bring Rock back. I would say him, because he can still, go. Maybe not as good as he could back in 2000, but he can still put on a damn entertaining match. So I'd say Rock, But it would cost a pretty penny, though, to bring him in.
That's good. Now, Leon, how about, to Buck's point, how about they bring back The Rock and have him face The Undertaker one last time? Rock versus Undertaker? That would be huge.
It would make sense since Rock is going to be appearing at WrestleMania. And as far as Brock Lesnar goes, he's currently booked for a triple threat match for the world title at Fastlane. So he might be facing Triple H at Fastlane. I don't know. I might have to watch the Fastlane pay-per-view and see where they go from there. But as far as Rock, he could be a possible opponent.
All right, guys, we're getting long with this call, so we'll just end this. We'll go roundtable with this, and I'll start with Buck. Buck, I know you're a little bit out of the loop and stuff, but let me ask you this: WrestleMania 32, 100 something thousand people. Don't you think the ending of the show with Roman Reigns winning the title would be a bit of a disappointment?
I mean, it'd certainly be anticlimactic, and you got to think about that, though. 100,000 people. I mean, that's quite a number of people there. I mean, what is the draw factor that will put 100,000 asses in 100,000 seats. I mean, realistically, they really don't. I mean, you could say Brock Lesnar, you could say The Undertaker, but I mean, maybe The Rock. I mean, Leon said he's wrestling or appearing in some capacity at Mania. The Rock is, so I mean, there's something. But I mean, it seems like they don't have Austin, they don't have Seth Rollins, and you know he's not that big of a draw, but somebody would pay to see Rollins. I mean, they don't have Cena, they don't have a lot of mid-carder guys. They don't have a lot of NXT guys they could bring up just due to the injuries and whatnot. They don't have Cesaro. I mean, the list goes on of guys that they really don't have and they lack. So I really couldn't see them filling that number. I mean, sure, maybe 70,000, maybe 60,000, maybe 80,000, but 100,000, I don't know. Anticlimactic, I would see the Roman Reigns ending being, yes, but I mean, I don't see what else they could do unless they want to do a swerve and have Triple H prevail. But that would kind of, like what would be the point in even, tuning in after that? It's just like it gets repetitive at that point, seeing him get screwed so many times. So we'll see what happens,
Say shout out to my boy Charlie in the chat room. Leon, let me get you this, and we'll wrap this up so we don't go all day with this. I'm just doing this for a quick video, but Leon, if Roman Reigns wins the title in the last moments of WrestleMania 32, will that be a disappointment to you watching the show at home?
I think it's going to be a very predictable main event. They're probably going to have him win, probably. And as far as that attendance record at WrestleMania for the last couple years, they keep breaking it. Like, why are you going to have an attendance record if you're just going to keep breaking it? It makes no sense to me.
Have they broken the 83,000?
Oh, yeah, we're going all day with this. Hey, you guys, hang around for a minute. We're gonna end this call. You guys make sure you guys. Let's do plugs for you guys' channel, and then we'll get out of here. So, Buck, let's start with a plug for your channel for coming on and supporting my video here. So, Buck, go ahead and plug your channel.
Subscribe to Jim98880. He produces quality videos for one. There's my plug. I mean, if you're looking for WB news and rumors, there ain't many better. Subscribe to Buck's Critique Commentaries. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm trying to be truthful.
All right, let's get Leon. Leon, do your plug, and we'll get out of here. And I want to talk to you guys off the air for a second. So, Leon, do your plug.
Okay. Subscribe to the Scorpion Death Drop, and also subscribe to Gemini888. He produces very good videos.
Thanks, guys. All right, we're going to end this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. All right, thank you so much for listening, and you guys have a great day.